Okay, welcome to this video today. Today we will be working on Nasdaq, and first I want to build a simple moving average indicator, and after this we will test the day chart, and it's going to be a crossover strategy. So let's fire it up and see what we get. Okay, let me just get the chart out here. Here I have the window that I will place the code or build a code for a indicator. This is the US Tech 100, also Nasdaq, with one contract equal $1. I'm saying that because some of them is 5, so one contract is equal 5. It's just to get it out of the way. The plan for today is that I want to create a simple moving average indication code here, and after that see if we can build a code for automatic trading around that and backtest it, and then later on test it in a demo environment but live to see if it holds up to the stats. I have chosen on price instead of on panel, so the panel of the indicator show up down here if it's on panel. I want it on price so that it actually follows the price. I've gone all the way back to 1989 down here. Not that I'm thinking that it is actually going to backtest that far back, since we use tick-based information, so it's actually valid, including spreads and so on. Anyways, let's just get on with it here. It's, by the way, we're going to trade on the daily chart. That's worth knowing. Anyways, let's start building the code for the indication. Right, here we have the code. I have set the periods to be 150. So it's not that often that it actually crosses over, to eliminate a lot of noise. I'm looking at very long time perspectives here, and well, let's see what's happening. By the way, I call this SMA night train V1 for version 1. Night train is just a reference name, so we know I have a long catalog of indicators that I built over the time. Anyways, feel free to copy this code if you want. I will also link a document underneath this video for the code itself, if you want that. Anyways, let's see how it looks, or if we need to do some modifications. Okay, so everything looks like it looks okay. Let's just go into the actual tape and see what it looks like. Mind you that every candle here is a day, so there's a lot of noise reduction here because of the 150 moving average. I'm looking to build a long only position, a strategy. Sorry. I'm looking to make a long only strategy for this code. And just viewing the tape here to see how many times we cross over. Well, I'm not counting them, but given that the indice itself has moved this much upwards, it would make sense to, at least from the look of it, that we look at long positions and simply do nothing in a negative market. Anyways, let's head into the trading systems here and create a new one. I will get back to you when the code is built to see the test results. And yeah, spreads 2 and backtesting yes. The start capital, let's do 100,000 euros to see if the count will be alive after that. And yeah, I'll get back to you when the code is made. Okay, after a little bit fiddling around here, I finally have a code. And the parameters here is the 150 moving average. The code is set in a way that when a day closes above after being closing below, let me just zoom in here so you can see what I mean by that. We will have to be closing underneath it in order to trigger next time it closes above the line. Meaning this would probably have been a loss here, but let's see when we backtest it. That also means that on this closing day here, at its close or at the open of the new day, we should see a trade being taken. If you look over here, I have set to get a 50-50 calculation to see what is the win rate if we just do 50-50, a 50-50 bet. Do we actually have a lot of nose wind, or is it actually in our favor? So I have 600 points of stop, and I have a 600 points of target. I have also set to the code that we can have a max of 1 trade per running at the times, meaning that if this equation happens again and a position is running, then it does nothing before the trade is flat. By the way, I'm trading here with 0.5. That means that we should technically see a loss in the stats of 300 and not 600 of 600 euros. So let's see how that goes, and yeah, let's backtest it. Okay, so we have the P&L moves up here. I'm just zoomed in to check if we actually do see the code is working. So we're just checking the tape here. Of course, I will check all trades to see if the code has behaved accordingly, or if we do need to go back and work more at it. So far, it seems we have been under, closed above, and it opens on the new opening of the day. It also seems like it has taken its 600 points. 600 points profit here. Of course, we're gonna adjust this further down the line, but I just want to check the tape to see if we are actually at its right. Again, came under, closed above, and took a trade as soon as the new candle opened. The next 24-hour opens here, so it seems to look right. We have a stop here of 600. Seems to be around the right space. And we have 2 more here. Been under, closed above, and taken a new trade here. And we got target out there. Came under, pushed above, and got take target out here. Let's just check a few more together here. We've been under, first day opens, correct. Stopped out, okay. Did not close above. That's quite significant here. We did cross over it, but that looks quite good. And also why I like to, when using an indicator as a whole, to have it at 150 period, because we just sieve out a lot of noise. Yes, it will mean less trades, but a higher possibility of quality trades. I assume. And closes above here, and it's a loss. Okay, fair enough. Comes here, takes profit. There. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna check the whole tape and then scroll over the video later on, so you don't have to sit and watch all of that. Okay, I checked the whole tape, all the trades. I can say already now that there is 23 trades in total. So it's not a lot of trades. However, we can tweak this more. I just want to be super simple in the strategy development in order to avoid as much curve fitting as possible. I see a clear tendency as more complex the actual code becomes, or the strategy becomes, as more curve fitting also starts to emerge, and we're not really interested in that. So the first trade here the tape is allowing us is happening in 2010, and it's pretty much just been going up ever since. But we also had a lot of flat periods here. And yes, I will come to the actual stats now. Okay, so here we have the stats. It's a win rate of 73%, 0.91, which is quite great, quite good. As you can see, 23 trades is taken totally. 17 is winners, 6 losses, a total drawdown of less than $1,000, which is quite good. But I don't trust this number too much. What I rather want to see is the consecutive drawdown period. So we have set through 3 losing trades in a row, which is quite good to know uphand in order to see a future trading. What is our drawdown when we're going to go into money management? We have a 143.48 per trade. The best one is 300, and of course the worst one is 300, which makes sense. So if you look down here, it do look like the code is acting correctly, since the minus is stopped out by just approx around 300, and our 300 in profits. The P&L curve would have looked like this over the trades, which I think is quite alright. A total of $3,300. Well, over a period of this long, it's not a whole lot, but instead of sitting with I could have chosen to trade 100 lots, and then all the numbers would be bigger and it would look way more fancy. However, is this scalable? Well, we will see. This is a backtest. I don't trust backtests too much. I would much rather build the code or copy this code I have for the whole thing and put it into the demo accounts to make it run on its own over a period of time to see if it's living up to its potential or not. Sometimes I have learned that the code gives errors as soon as it's time to execute, and the code is automatically stopped by the system. So there could be some issues there, and in order to save money, I would just like to do the demo account. It's the only safe way of doing it, really, I would say. So yeah, it would also be great to have a lot of time to spot a good place where there could be a potential of actually starting the code of real money, because of course if we are seeing sit and wait for a long drawdown at one point at Nasdaq would be great. We don't know when that's going to happen, but knowing when the drawdown is there and the code wouldn't trade, well, of course it would be great to activate the code when we are actually seeing prices trading underneath and closing underneath the simple moving average. So we catch the next one upwards, and therefore the code will be running from there, or the strategy will be running from there. Let's just go into some calendar things here. Performance calendar. How would it look? 2012, 3%, 13. So it's average of, it's average of 3 to 4% per year. It's not a lot of trades every year, which I sort of like for the money management side of things. Does mean that we could scale it up a little bit, or I would be okay with that. Let me just see the advanced chart. That seems okay, like the code. Often when I build code and I find that there is errors in the stops or targets, that it didn't go out, or we have hit a lot of slippage, then the losses would be greater than the expected. Statistics. Obviously, I've already been watching all of these, so, well, I just leave them here. You can pause the screen if you want to see them. Let me just stretch this out for you so you can see it fully. Please pause the screen if you want to see them more. Right, so this is the losses only. Yeah, 1,800. It's all right. No neutrals. Clear, which is a very good indication that the code is actually coded correctly. Total wins. Okay. Short trades, none. Long trades, yes. Okay. Well, there's only one thing to do from here, and that is simply to put it into the portfolio, and let's just do that now. Okay, here we have it plus the code. Let's just see if we can tweak this little target down here. If we have it around 50, that's what I want to gain at, since we at least win 50% of the time, but win more when we then have that, so we can actually go up in points to see where the sweet spot may be. So let's say 700, test that. Not a great change. Okay, let's do 800 points. Still have a lot of win percentage here. Losers and drawdown still looks alright. Let's bump it up and say 1,200. Not a whole lot of change. Let's just see if this actually is working or not. And it is. Okay. So I've been bumping it up all the way up to 2,200 points. Let's do 2,500 points. Still above 50, but close to. That's all right. So what I want to do now is I want to have go here and say I want to have this one started as by the way, this is some of the all other algos that I have running on demo mode for testing. I will make them as a video, and some of them are already videos. Anyways, let's start this one. Max 1, stop loss, yes. And there we go. So it started, and I will get back in a coming video about this strategy to see what has been happening over time when I have some trades in the book.